Hey, welcome back, everybody. So we just taking a quick break. We're in the middle of the final part of In Pale Mountain Shadow, the second chapter of the Doomsday Dawn adventure. If you're just joining us, I want to give you a few reminders. One is that there are going to be spoilers in this live stream. If you're going to be playing In Pale Mountain Shadow and you don't want to be spoiled on the adventure, you might want to stop watching now. The stream is going to show up on YouTube later, and you can come watch it then after you've played the adventure. Also, we are going to be kind of abbreviating parts of this adventure because we're trying to make it fit within the length of our streaming sessions. So we're going to be leaving out a few things. This might be a little different from what you've read in the book. It might be a little different from what you've experienced in your own playtest sessions. I'm going to do a quick round of introductions. So if anybody's just joining us, you know who the players are. And then I'm going to give you a recap of what we've seen up to this point in today's session. So if I can start here with Sam, if you want to tell everybody who you are, what you do at Paizo, and who your character is, and how things have been going so far for you.
Absolutely. I'm Sam Phelan. I'm a customer service representative here at Paizo. I'm playing Fenra, the barbarian with the wolf totem. And I've taken a lot of damage, which is okay because I have a lot of hit points. But we definitely needed some healing, especially after getting doused like a wet dog for the water elemental and then swiftly dried by the fire elemental. And I think we just rested for the night. And so, was a good dog and made a nice bed and turned around 3 times and lay down.
I'm Adam Daigle. I'm the managing developer of Pathfinder. I'm playing the bard Ramona Advanth, and my teammates did get beat up pretty well by those elementals, so I made use of pretty much all of my spell slots to cast Soothe to bring everyone up, and maybe a little bit of battle medicing as well.
No battle medic for me, thank you. I'm Jason Tondro. I'm in the editorial team, and I'm playing Sebagar, who is riding high off of kill-stealing 2 elementals last fight. So he's ready to earn his family status. He's take his place with his ancestors.
I'm Andrew White. I'm a member of the tech team here at Paizo, and I'm playing Marion Bosch, an alchemist who just got done gathering a whole lot of new data on fire, which I gained by being set on fire multiple times by the fire elemental, and burned within an inch of my life. So. But I learned a lot, and that's the real point of this. The main thing I learned was not to use frost damage on the fire elemental before anybody else does, because that makes them real mad. But yeah, we spent the last some time healing up and restoring elixirs, and
Yep. So everybody's going to kind of be reset for the day at this point. We're kind of skipping over a few things here just to move on with the session. They encountered a water and earth elemental and retreated before the break, and then defeated an air elemental and a fire elemental. We're going to say, for the sake of expediency, they went back, they finished off the fire elemental, or the earth elemental and the water elemental very carefully. Each of these elementals, when defeated, has been leaving behind a small gem, and through your investigations, you've discovered that these gems are magical. You've identified them as elemental gems, which is a kind of magic item that can summon forth an elemental. But you can also tell they're slightly different from the standard versions of those. And you use up your healing magic, you've rested for the night, and are continuing further on into the complex. This is the Tomb of Tular Seft, the hidden dungeon inside Pale Mountain. And these are the pathways that kind of have led from the other area of the complex. They were kind of here to begin with, where the elemental chambers were. And they've kind of come up these passageways to that circular room right there. If you'll go ahead and place the minis in the bin there if you want to put those out. So this chamber is circular, and it has kind of tracks in the floor and a big kind of device in the middle. And right here, along this wall, there is a big set of stone double doors. And this, so there's no latch on that door. It shows a sagacious man in relief who's wearing a robe and holding a book and a quill across his chest. There are golden accents in the stone, but the eyes of this statue have been gouged out, like chipped out, broken out, and filled with this tarry black paint, which does not look like it was standard for this tomb. This chamber has kind of a low ceiling. There are these 4 concentric circles in the floor, kind of as depicted there on the map. Each of them has a glowing object or a phenomenon within its ring. The outermost ring, there's an orange flame that is kind of shooting from a small spout in the floor. The next one has a purple stone that glows faintly. The next one in has a small circular basin filled with water, and there's a green light shining from within that water. And then the innermost ring has a small vent that is issuing forth vapor, and there's kind of this white light that dances through the vapor as it is expelled from the floor. In the very middle, there's that dais there, kind of square dais, and a big complex brass device that's covered in dials and runes. And so as you kind of explore this, again, we're going to kind of go through this rather quickly for the sake of the live stream. You notice that each of those objects has somewhere near it, like near the base of the flame spout, in the side of the basin, there are kind of indentations. And you quickly come to realize that these elemental gems will fit inside those. And placing those helps you kind of investigate this a little more quickly. Over some time and some careful study, you manage to determine that there are magical equations that you need to solve to kind of align these into the correct configuration. And as you solve these equations through some careful study and with the help of these gems, the floor pieces turn into alignment. And which one's the one you want to try to solve first?
We can work our way in.
Yeah, I'd start from the
I think
outside.
fire's on the outside.
So you solve the fire one, and this entire outer ring kind of slowly rotates until the fire is facing the doors here. And as you complete the other ones, all 4 line up, and the doors unlock, opening up the entrance to the tomb.
So is the brass machinery in the center of the room, is that what's responsible for actually moving the floor around? Or does it seem to have something
It appears
else?
that it's all connected, yeah.
Okay.
And so you kind of adjust the dials, and as the rings kind of go into alignment, it brings the device ever closer to unlocking the door.
The dials that you're talking about are actually on the brass thing in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, the door's unlocked.
Yeah, that is a super inconvenient locking mechanism. But I guess he didn't come down here very much.
Yeah, kind of what happens is you can see these dials that you need to put into a certain configuration, and they have runes on them. And as you insert the elemental gems, like you insert the one on the fire gem, you see that some of the runes go dark, kind of eliminating some false paths.
Oh, I see.
So that makes it easier to solve when you're manipulating these.
And the equations are basically arcana checks, or?
They are, it kind of depends how you go about it.
I see. Okay.
Arcana can work, and so can other kind of types of knowledge, because there are a lot of different forces at play in the planes.
I'm going to pretend we use my bardic lore.
I'm going to pretend we used my dubious knowledge feat that I have for occultism.
Oh, nice.
I'm going to pretend I didn't help at all.
You just ran around in circles.
Yeah, I'm chasing the dials as they're turning.
Well,
I smelled something over here.
we saved the big stone doors for you.
Right?
Oh, there we go.
Are you going to push open the big stone doors?
Yes.
All right. So you open the big stone doors, revealing some chambers further into the interior of the complex. There is this kind of double room, this kind of lozenge-shaped room, and closer to you is this kind of diamond-shaped room. It's mostly dark inside. There aren't any torches or anything like that, except there are hieroglyphics on the walls of this room that are glowing red and kind of bathing the whole thing in this kind of ugly red light.
Freaky.
There are once in a while, one of those glyphs will change or vanish and manifest somewhere else where you didn't see any a second ago. There are mummified bodies against these walls, just kind of floating in midair, and another body that doesn't appear to be mummified, floating in the air near the ceiling here. And it has kind of blonde hair, kind of flopping down, and you can make out a metal mask across its face. And it doesn't appear to be a corpse like these other bodies, but it is completely still.
Does it look at all like the face on the doors?
No, not really.
A tomb robber? Got caught in a trap?
Maybe.
Kind of.
Is it dead though? Like, it's not decayed, but do we even know if it's for sure dead?
You don't know.
What's it wearing, like outfit-wise? Does it seem like of the same time period?
It does look like the clothing does not look modern.
Okay.
In any sense. It's kind of ancient, but also sort of timeless.
Okay.
You're having a hard time getting a read of it. It's like you've never seen fashions quite like this. It's fairly simple, but the designs don't remind you of anything that you really see.
Okay.
Is this hovering body thing that they got going on here a common Assyriani burial technique?
Nope. Insofar as you know about ancient Assyriani burial techniques, you haven't heard of it. You've heard of a lot of mummification and that kind of thing, and building ancient tombs inside desolate locations. But as far as, just floating, quasi-alive appearing people, no.
I'll go in and see if the thing's alive.
Okay.
Is this rubble?
Yeah, it looks like the room's construction was never quite finished.
Is it on the ground or is it floating like all the bodies?
That's on the ground.
Oh, I thought maybe that the whole area is
yeah, it was
zero
gonna be
gravity.
floating.
It looks like the room had kind of been partially excavated, and parts of it had been finished, but not the whole thing.
Carry on, sir.
And
I thought you were going in.
Oh, yeah.
Please.
all right, so you head in there. Does any of you know ancient Osiriani?
I do.
You do. As you get in there, you see that when you're getting closer to these symbols on the wall, you can kind of see the red glow from far. As you're getting closer, you can see that these are ancient Assyriani hieroglyphs, and you think they represent numbers.
Okay.
Determining the kind of the pattern and the meaning of them is pretty tough, but you can tell they're numbers, and it looks like, as you kind of look at it, as you're going in, it looks like it represents one enormous number that's counting down.
I was going to say, it's got to be the countdown.
So the figure kind of floating near the ceiling has kind of blonde hair, has this mask over its face, and it's kind of you are getting the sense it's kind of being held up by telekinesis here, and it's about 10 feet off the floor and 10 feet from the ceiling, kind of equidistant.
Okay.
So within reach of you, kind of just barely.
Is there a coffin or a sarcophagus or anything
No,
in which to actually put a body?
you don't
In
see
this
anything
tomb?
like that.
There are floating mummies here,
Sure.
but not in here. There's just the one body in here.
Correct.
But they're just they're just loose mummies. They're not, there are no mummy containers around.
Right.
Spare mummy.
Packaging not included.
Sarcophagi.
So as you're kind of getting closer to the body and looking around, you see that there's this very faint kind of shimmer around the body, kind of distortion, that makes you think that there's some other type of magic at work here on the body in addition to kind of the telekinetic suspension.
Are you good at distinguishing different types of magic?
Let me take a look. It's the simplest tool for the job, but I will detect magic on it.
Okay.
And try an Arcana check and try to see what I can.
So you do detect that there's some magic, and you can kind of eliminate some of the other magic around you. You can filter that out. It seems like the magic is coming from the mask in some way. And with your check, what's your Arcana bonus?
5.
Okay. You can't really identify what this magic is. This kind of shimmering magic, just its source, but you don't know this.
I'll just say it's coming from the mask. I'm not sure we should touch it.
Or we definitely should.
It's got to be one of the two.
Spoken like a true barbarian.
Can I detect a pulse or anything on the body? Or would I need someone to give me a little bit of a boost?
What's your medicine bonus?
5.
5. You check it, and you don't detect a pulse. But you also don't detect like any signs of decay. It's almost like this is just
warm,
frozen.
Like a time stop or something.
Yeah, it's like it's frozen in suspended animation. You're not getting any warmth from it, but it's not cold either. It's just kind of completely inert.
Gotcha. Okay.
Is there any application of the occultism skill that might tell me anything about this?
Yeah. What's your bonus?
My bonus is 8.
8, and you have dubious knowledge?
I do have dubious knowledge.
Okay. So you think that this is this mask? You haven't heard of this item in particular, but you've kind of heard of this principle of magic. That it is kind of creates kind of a wall of force kind of tightly holding in the body, protecting it from kind of the outside elements. And that removing the mask, it deactivates the magic, essentially. Ends the spell.
Before we do anything rash, can we search this area for the gem that we came for?
That's probably not a bad idea. Yeah.
Although I'm half wondering, since we were told that the gem would have glyphs on it counting down, if somehow the entire room got confused with the gem.
Yeah.
Right. Because you've been told it's small.
Yeah.
And this is definitely not.
No.
So you kind of search around, you look through. There's not much in here.
Right.
There's kind of the bodies. There's the kind of rubble of the unfinished construction. So you kind of sift through that for a while, but you don't find the object you seek.
Wow.
You should just take all the bodies back then.
Yeah. I mean, they're mummies.
We found them.
There could be a gem could be under the bandages.
Well, if this fellow is here, he must know what happened.
Yeah.
Take off the mask and talk to him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you pull off the
Let's do
mask,
it.
he should wake up.
Unless he's dead.
But then,
Well, then
problem
we'll know.
solved.
Well, then we search the body.
Yeah. Who's going to remove the mask?
I'll do it.
Okay. So Ramona, you remove this mask, and the telekinetic effect ends, and the shimmering field ends, and he plummets to the ground, and the bodies in the other room kind of go thump, 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 thump at the same time. And you hear kind of a low, a quick gasp as he takes a breath, just and he kind of blinks, and he looks.
Good morning.
He looks kind of like a blonde man with kind of wild curly hair, and this blue smock that's that kind of weird style that you weren't able to identify. And he's just kind of, licking his lips and blinking his eyes. And after a little while, he kind of recovers a bit and says, "Who are the four of you? What? You look so strange."
What language is he speaking?
He is speaking ancient Osiriani.
What did he just say?
He said that we looked strange and asked who we were. We're a group that has come here to seek a gem. How did you end up in this situation? And by the way, are you thirsty? Pass my water.
He gladly takes a drink of water. He says, Oh, my one-time friend imprisoned me here, Tular Seft.
Ah, yes.
Are you acquainted with him?
No, we were just told that this was the tomb of Tular Seft.
Yes, it is to be his resting place.
Is to be.
You've been here
Yes.
a while.
You better tell me
Yeah.
how much time has passed.
Yeah,
How-
the current year is whatever it is for this adventure. So when were you imprisoned here?
So the current year in the adventure
It's like 47.
is 4709.
9.
Yeah. So that's a bit of a shock to him.
Yeah.
So he says, "Oh, Tular Seft must have been dead. I can't even."
At least you outlived him.
How were you acquainted with Tular Seft?
We had been friends and allies, and quite close at one time. And he was a student of the elemental planes, and I am a Johnny. We are of genie kind. So my ability to visit the elemental planes is much easier than most humans have. So he would use me as a resource from time to time. But he became enthralled with something darker, a dark place between the stars that he became obsessed with. And he imprisoned me and was filtering off my magic to use in his new pursuits.
What were those pursuits at that time? The dark places between the stars?
There are things that dwell there that can infect the mind, that can poison it against reason,
I've heard of such
transform
things.
the soul and corrupt it.
Ask him about the numbers, the countdown.
Yeah, what's this all about?
I don't know. I think when I was in prison, that wasn't even here yet. They had done more work on this tomb. It only looks barely familiar to me.
Were you aware of Tular Seft possessing a gem that had similar markings on it that were doing similar things?
A gem. He had acquired so many strange things in the years after he had kind of succumbed to the darkness. I don't recall anything for that matter. I was an architect of this tomb and helped to plan it, but clearly he had other plans for how it should be for his final resting place, because it was meant to be a place of elegance and of tribute to his studies and to his, well, to the man he used to be.
So this place was being built to serve as his tomb, but it sounds as though while he was alive, he also used it as a base of operations, a laboratory.
No, he was rarely here. I don't know why he brought me here. I guess he needed my magic to sustain something.
Who are the other dead people?
They must have been other servants of Tular. From their appearances, I don't recognize any of them. They must have been people the crowd he had fallen into after he started studying the darkness.
Is Tular Seft human? Was he human? Or was he a Johnny also?
No, he was human. That is why he found me a useful ally.
Well, perhaps there's some effect in this tomb, which is now stopped since we have woken the power source. We already know that these bodies fell, but there must be something else that the Janny's power was
It's
stealing.
possible he was trying to conceal his secret chamber. You are looking for Tular Seft? If he is truly dead, he may be here inside his secret burial vault.
Do
Wait,
you
so
know where
this
that is?
As one of the architects, are you aware of?
I know where it was intended to be. Let me see if they pursued those plans or not. And he walks over to the wall here and starts kind of feeling around. And eventually slides open a secret door that reveals a small room beyond.
Cool. Nice.
Awesome.
Okay. I thought it might be back out here somewhere.
Well, go ahead and check it out.
Okay. So, This is a small room with kind of musty bookcases lining the walls over here. And there is a table in the center with a desiccated body leaning over it. There are shackles holding its arms in place atop the table, and a brace kind of holding up the chin, so that the kind of empty eye sockets now are just staring straight forward. And on the opposite side of it is an ornate mirror frame hanging on the wall. It looks like the body was set to stare at that. And in between the hands is a green gem with hieroglyphs inside that appear to be slowly counting down.
Looks like we found it.
This doesn't seem normal, but yeah, it does. The mirror that he's facing, you said there's a frame. Is there actually a mirror in the frame?
You go to check that out, and you are going to need to give me a will save. There is a mirror. There is something inside. It does not look like a normal mirror exactly.
I should be good at a lot of things.
It looks like a sheet. Looks like a sheet of pure blackness. And
that is a 15.
As you look into it, the darkness churns and winks out, leaving a reflective mirror. But you feel tendrils in your mind of some far distant creature. You become frightened one, and you find this fright extremely difficult to overcome. Normally fear would pass much more quickly, but you feel this fear intensely and deeply.
So I don't want to alarm anybody here, but some alien being of immense eldritch power has just extended tendrils into my mind. And I'm not feeling great about that.
Break
I draw
the
my
mirror.
rapier.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you smash the mirror, and it shatters.
And now we're all cursed to have 7 years of bad luck. So thank you for that.
You've got a head start on it with your rolls so far.
Or for you, 49 years.
All right, so you have found Tular Seth's body. As you're exploring, you see the gem there in plain sight.
Who buries themselves like this? I think he just took the gem.
It looks like he needs help.
Okay,
Or
so
needed help for
Ramona
that.
has the gem.
Yeah.
There's also
Stuff in my satchel.
a sheath scabbard hanging at Tular Seth's side that has kind of a jeweled hilt of a sword. And kind of looking around, you can see that there are a whole bunch of kind of ancient books and a few items kind of.
Let's just
clustered
detect
around.
magic on the whole room.
Okay. You do find some sources of magic. After some further exploration, you're able to find 2 scrolls, one containing the spell Gust of Wind, and the other containing Stone Skin. And you find, after some investigation, that the sword is also magical.
Can you use either of those spells?
Not without. I'm not sure without looking at my list.
I know I can use Gust of Wind because I actually already have a scroll of Gust of Wind. But Stone Skin, is that an arcane?
I believe it's on Arcane. I'd have to
But
double check.
It might be on some other list.
Oh, we'll
as
worry
well.
about it later.
Yeah.
How big is the sword?
Human size.
I mean, like a long sword, short sword?
Scimitar.
Oh, it's a scimitar. All right, well, it hasn't responded to the gem or anything else, so I guess I will carefully unbuckle this sword from around its waist.
Okay. Stone Skin is arcane.
And I will...
It is not occult.
I'll put the scimitar in my pack.
Okay.
Did you say that the corpse here its wrists are shackled to the table?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Its wrists are shackled down, and its chin is kind of.
Who buries himself like he...
Does it
So
have
he couldn't cover his
recognizable
eyes.
facial features?
It's pretty much just a skin tightly clinging to a skull at this point.
Okay.
Whatever came from the mirror into you,
Yeah.
he would have been looking at.
Assuming that it was in there at the time, yes.
Yeah, it appears that this body had kind of been posed in contemplation of this distant
Just
blackness. And Mabara can identify, based on the scimitar, it's like, this is clearly Tular Seft, that was his sword.
Okay.
It has 4 gems on the base, each representing one of the 4 elements. And it's a telltale sign that was his.
Do you have any idea what this mirror represents, or what was in it, or what is now crawling around inside my head?
He says, I want nothing to do with that.
Neither do I, but
I do not
I've got
know.
it. So
This knowledge was Tular Seft's, and it's best you try to put it past you as quickly as possible, and don't look too deeply into it, or you'll go down the path he did.
Just focus on blowing things up.
Okay.
maybe we should withdraw.
We got our
We
gem.
got what we came for. So
good.
yeah, let's get out of here.
All
I
right.
do want to kind of do a cursory glance at the books and stuff in case there's anything super interesting.
All
It's
right.
old lore. That's my whole thing.
It is.
So, what is your occultism bonus?
Mine is 5.
Okay. So, looking at them, a lot of them look like they're kind of beyond your knowledge, but you can tell that they are they're kind of written in kind of obscure ritual languages, which you know enough about occultism to kind of tell that, but not enough to actually decipher them yourself.
Okay.
But you think that they're to something like the Order of the Palatine Eye, they could be very useful because they have a lot of scholars who research that kind of thing. And a lot of the books are like big and bulky, and there's all kinds of subjects.
Okay. I'm not going to spend too much time, but I will take approximately this many books and shove them in my backpack, and then
All right, you've got a
Just a
decent
standard
number of books.
measurement of
it's
books.
more volume than anything.
We
A unit of books.
Yes.
We could put a few more bulk worth of books in the Barbarian's pack if we need to. Keep an eye out for the other team.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of which, as you're kind of packing everything up, your mission so far successful. As you start to head back out, you see on the far side of the circular room, the wall, which just looks like a perfectly normal wall. You see an axe blade poke through it, and realize that there is a secret door there, and it comes open, and another group of adventurers walks into the room.
Uh-oh.
This is the classic Indiana Jones Belloc scene, right?
Will you put these kind of in order? That's the first one coming through.
Remind me, were they here for the same jam that we were?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Second.
So whoever's got that, just hide it.
Yeah. Well,
She has it.
And go ahead and
gosh,
kind
dang
of place yourselves where you would be as you were
all
kind
we
of
found
moving.
was a mummy and a broken mirror.
Should I put the Barbarian in front? Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Then, how about our genie friend?
Does anybody give him a weapon, or is he unarmed?
Give him that
Give him
scimitar.
the scimitar.
Yeah, we can give him the sword of Tular Death if he wants it.
You offer it to him.
Yes.
He says, "This is too powerful for the likes of me. You have done so much in freeing me, and I am not a warrior by trade. It would be much more useful in your hands."
You want to carry it?
I'll
use
trade
it?
him. Yeah.
Why don't you take it?
Okay, so he's kind of got your great sword. This is unwieldy, but okay.
Just as high as you can, and then straight down.
Good strategy.
I hope it won't come to that, but we'll see. So, and then as you're getting ready to go, this is the leader in front of the party. She's carrying a great axe and wears some pretty
She looks
heavy
great.
metal armor.
She looks nice.
Very nice.
Well, She looks at you and says, who are you and what are you doing here?
Oh, what year is it? What's going on?
You're part of the Night Heralds, I presume.
It's a good idea.
Yes. You know our reputation.
And now you know that we're better than you.
Oh.
We wield the sword of Tularketh, and we have already acquired the thing you've come to seek.
So it's
we're
over.
not even
We
Okay.
won.
Then if you hand it over to us, you may live with your lives. You may leave with your lives.
Do you seriously think that you can overcome the people who already have taken the sword of Tularketh?
Yes.
Yeah, we're not going to give that up.
Very well. To arms then.
In the name of Sebagar the Strong.
All right. That's going to be initiative. As you have your showdown with the Night Heralds, I'm going to need more
I like how we didn't even try to avoid violence. Just, in fact, if anything, they might not have actually attacked us until you personally insulted them,
I was riding that high of being successful. You know?
and then announced that we had what they were looking for.
Well, that was
me.
Sevagar.
Yeah, we all contributed.
Sebagar's going to do what Sebagar's.
Teamwork.
Teamwork.
Okay.
We're going off perception? Or...
Yes, unless you feel like there's a strong reason you should be rolling something else. It will just be perception.
Unless there's a sass check over here.
Yeah, I was like, can we go off diplomacy? 'Cause-
Well, I'd do more intimidation.
Oh,
than
I've got that
diplomacy.
too.
Okay, yep, go for it.
All right, sweet.
I didn't get to make a deception check to convince them that I.
It was a good idea. If more of us could speak ancient Assyriani.
Does he speak? Oh, wait, yeah. Why are you speaking a modern dialect? And why are you half orc? And why are you wearing contemporary clothes?
There may have been some problems with that plan.
Yeah, well,
Your creativity was ahead of the logistics.
we'll never know now, I guess.
Just need to arrange some initiatives here.
He sits 4 against 5 now.
That's right.
All
I don't
right.
know how useful this guy's gonna be, but
Fenra, what is your initiative?
10.
Battery.
10.
Whole 10.
How about Ramona?
21.
1. Sebagar.
16.
16. Marion.
I think because I am frightened, it is 22 instead of 23.
That is correct.
And I will remain frightened for the rest of my life, apparently. That's not even assuming that I die.
It might not be that long. Maybe you just need a good win.
Yeah.
Overcome.
Yeah.
Set one of them on fire. Or
Yeah.
maybe more of them.
That always makes me feel
It
better.
does.
Everyone's gotta have an outlet.
Okay, so the first one to act is the one wearing kind of the white cloak,
Second.
who looks to be kind of a scout,
Sure.
carrying a short bow, and has some kukris, and kind of steps to the side there. Just kind of move about 10 more feet over this way. Okay, that's good. And shoots an arrow at Fenra, getting a 21
Yep. That'll hit.
for 5 damage. And the second shot is a 23
Yep.
for 14 damage.
Duh.
They
You've been
seem
arrowed twice.
competent.
Marion, it's your turn.
Seems like there's no easy way for me to get out that door, even if I weren't already terrified.
Which door?
Well, either
It's
one.
open.
Those are both open.
Oh, they're both open. So this is just open space.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll take a move action to move out here. And then I will try and set as many of them on fire as I can, like I do. Let's see how this goes.
Which one are you throwing at?
Throw it at her.
Okay. So nobody's close enough to get splashed by
Throw
that.
the back ones.
Oh, well then I'll go with that guy. He looks flammable.
You will take a -2 for range on that.
-3 because I'm scared.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen, but yeah, no, not today.
All right. So,
But still get 4 splash damage on both of those guys, I believe.
just the target.
Oh, just the target. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Okay. So, the one kind of with the axe up over his shoulder gets burnt, gets singed a little bit. Ramona.
All right, everybody, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do it good, right? All right.
Yeah.
Go team.
I got an 18 to see if it lingers. But yeah, I hit up Inspire Courage, and then the hell, I'm gonna try to glitter dust him.
Okay.
Nice.
First, I did here, and I can get these 3.
All right. What's the save on that?
My save DCs are 18.
Let's will. Fortitude.
Yes. Hold on. Reflex.
Oh, reflex. Okay. I was wrong both ways. Okay. So, 13 is a failure. It's not in it. 24. Is that a
That's good.
success, but not a critical success?
Correct.
And the last one got an 11.
All right. The 2 failures are dazzled for 1 minute.
Whoa, nice.
All right.
And if they were invisible, that would be negated.
What does Dazzle do?
I don't remember.
But it lasts a minute.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Dazzled makes all of you concealed to them, which gives them a flat check on all their attacks, or they are not going to be able to target you.
Nice. Mischance. Cool.
Yep. Okay, is that all your actions
That's
for
it.
Ramona? All right, and it is going to be the one in the armor is kind of blinking and wiping at her eyes and saying, "You're going to bleed and die."
Maybe the first one.
In that order.
That's usually how it goes.
She had to specify.
She's going to move up directly in front of Fenra.
Yep.
That's two moves. And then
Save me the trouble.
Then she's gonna bite.
possibly
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
You. I got set on fire. Somebody else needs to bite.
fighting. That's inappropriate.
True.
Somebody else needs to whip out a harmonica and
And then reaches out and to touch you, and her hand is kind of turning black and kind of sending like black light into the air almost as she reaches toward you. Let's see if she succeeds. That box over here. Uh, 24.
Yep.
All right.
Who are the guys with mischance? Should we mark them somehow?
Everyone but the white cloak person.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I don't remember which.
Who has
You'd
the
have to ask Logan,
mischance?
yeah. It's 2 of them at least. I wouldn't know who saved or didn't really, so.
19 damage. Negative energy flows through you. The inverse of life. And you take a -1 penalty to AC for 1 round.
That wasn't doing much good anyway.
Sebagar.
Sebagar gestures, and I'm going to use Reach spell
Okay.
and Shocking Grasp on her. I presume that she has metal armor.
She does have metal armor, yeah.
Let's Shocking Grasp her.
Okay.
And this is actually going to be heightened to 2nd level.
Okay.
So I think I'm +1 on attack bonus because she's wearing metal armor, if I remember the spell.
Yep.
And then do we have...
Inspire is up.
So I'm +2. 26.
26 is... Lost your character sheet. 26 is a hit.
Okay.
Is it against regular AC or touch AC?
Shocking Grasp on it's a range touch.
Then that's a critical hit.
Fantastic. So does that mean I do double damage?
Mm-hmm. Oh, it should be listed on the spell, but I believe that one's double damage.
It doesn't say. On a hit, target takes electricity damage. If the target's wearing metal armor, there's nothing noted for a critical hit.
Okay. That one should be double damage.
Okay. So it would normally do 2d12 because I heightened it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 2d12 doubled.
Yeah, you'll roll everything twice.
5 and 1 naturally, plus my spellcasting ability modifier. So that's 6 + 4 is 10.
Okay.
And then it's a critical, so double. Or should I roll?
You'll roll everything twice and double the flat modifiers.
Plus another. Same thing. So total of 20.
Okay.
And persistent 1 die 4 electricity damage.
All right. So her armor is still kind of sparking with little zips of electricity, and she kind of looks very put upon with her eyes kind of blinking and her armor zapping. Is that it for Sebagar?
That was 2 actions to cast a spell and 1 action for reach.
All right.
Yes.
So Mabar goes next, the Johnny, and he takes the greatsword. Was it?
Yep.
That you gave him, and he kind of rushes toward the far end. He actually flies through the air, or no, he's going to run first because his speed's faster on the ground. So he's going to move 40 feet toward them.
All right. 40 would put him here.
Yeah, he's actually 1 square back from that because he kind of has to go around the dais.
Oh, okay. Right.
And then he takes the last 15 to fly and flies up in the face of the kind of robed one in the back and starts harassing him. We're just going to say those two are dealing with each other for now. So go ahead and just pull those off the board.
Okay.
And they will come back if it's necessary.
If
but right
we
now
win,
he's
he
kind of
wins.
chasing him
If
back
they lose,
into the labyrinth, it looks like.
Nice.
The remaining one back there with the axe is going to go now. And moves up. Let's see what your speed is here. It's going to move 20 feet and then the rest of the way up to Marion. So that's going to take 2 actions. At which point he tries to hit you with that great axe. And it says, "For Rovagog!" That is well struck for Rovagog at 27.
That is fortunately not a crit, but unless I take a penalty to my AC, which I don't think I do.
You do. You take a -1.
It says checks and saving throws.
DCs are...
Oh, okay. Well, then it is a crit.
Okay. That is going to be rough. Let's see if he can
Sure is.
roll max damage on his other d12.
That'd be cool.
26 slashing damage to poor Marion.
Oh, that's the end of me.
Is that all your hit points?
It's that +4. Yeah. So I am. Where are those death and dying rules?
The death and dying rules. So first, you go unconscious.
No.
Your initiative gets moved to right before whoever took you down.
Where did you take damage from before? What was that?
I wasn't up to full from the near-death experience with fire element.
I thought we healed him.
Yeah, no, we're
Yeah,
back
you
to we're
healed
back
up
at
to-
full.
Oh, we were all the way up
Yes,
back up.
back
Yeah.
up.
Okay, well then I am not dead.
Okay.
I just
Okay.
am severely
I'm going to
injured.
put you. I think you were before Ramona, so I'll put you back up there. All right. So you are in very bad shape, but he's out of actions. So Fenroy is going to go.
All right, I'm gonna need the information on the scimitar.
Okay.
Does it have
It is a +2 scimitar.
Okay.
So you're going to get +2 to hit, and you're going to do 2 extra dice of damage with it. And let me get you the statistics for a scimitar in general.
D6.
It's a one-handed weapon.
Yep.
Make sure I get you everything here. So, 1d6 slashing damage, and it has forceful and sweep. Sweep means that you get a bonus if you attack somebody and then attack somebody else on the same turn. And forceful means that each attack after the first gets a bonus to damage.
Okay.
In this case,
On the same target or on target?
anybody.
That's a nice synergy.
So you add a circumstance bonus to damage equal to the number of weapon dice. So on your second attack of a round, you're going to add 3 more damage, and on your third attack, you're going to add 6 more damage.
Okay. All right. Then.
If you needed incentive to attack people, you didn't have enough before. Now you have it.
I think that's what. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
Okay.
Seems like a great idea. Why with all the ones? Oh my god.
All right. So the first one's going to miss.
Yeah. And then a 20. So.
Nice.
Okay. That's going to be a crit.
Okay. So.
Is that
God. So is that
6
D6s?
total?
But how many? So it's
So
3.
it's going to be
at
so it's going to be
least?
6d6,
Okay.
and then you're going to double your strength bonus,
Nice.
And add +3
and add
for forceful.
+3 because it's the second, or it's +6 because it's double.
Oh, I should have mentioned. Can I do rage before as my first action?
Yes.
Before I did the other two. Okay.
Yeah, and then plus your damage for it.
Yeah.
Cool. That's
Oh, okay.
All
yeah.
the damage.
There we go.
All the damage.
So 14. These 5s are treating me good. 19. Or yeah, 19, and then another 5. So 24. For just the dice, and then double my strength and rage, which is another 14.
And then 6 more.
29, and then another 6 more. So
So as you're
it's 49 then?
49.
49.
nice?
As you're bringing this scimitar down and slashing violently into her, she kind of gets a really spiteful look on her face and tries to strike you at the same time with a intense vengeance. Let's see if she can. Okay, so
now might be our only chance. So
she got a 25,
That hits.
and she succeeded against the dazzled. Uh, 26 damage,
Alright.
and you are enfeebled 1, which is going to reduce your damage a little bit. So you're taking a -1 to your damage rolls.
Okay.
And and your future attack rolls. That's going to only last till the end of the round. So it's only 48 damage instead of 49.
Slacker.
But she is really very badly injured now.
Was that like a reaction that she did in the middle of the turn?
It's for her anti-paladin ability.
Well, that's my actions, so.
That is your actions.
Yeah.
Okay, so she is still alive.
Will this be on my next turn as well, or just?
That's over now.
Okay.
Your turn's up. All right. Now the scout goes and fires an arrow at you because you seem kind of dangerous. I don't know if you knew that. First attack is a 20, which I believe will hit you.
Yes, it will.
For 7 damage.
Okay.
How much you got left?
Still up?
Let's see here. I'm still up.
Let's see what we can
Is
do
it
about
battle medic time?
It's never battle medic.
I've got other plans.
Second arrow goes wide, and the third arrow also misses you.
Oh, thank God. Yeah. I'm looking pretty darn beat up.
I've got you covered.
Well, if it's battle medic time, it's your turn.
Yeah.
So.
Hang on, guy. Truce. Hang on. I gotta sew up this giant gash in my chest.
He really should let you do it. I mean,
Well, he doesn't know how.
He doesn't have the reputation of Marion the Butcher.
the own goal of battle medic.
So when I'm retrieving stowed items, does it take one action for each one?
If it's stowed in your backpack, it usually takes an action to pull off your backpack and one per item you want to pull out.
Okay. Well, that's not convenient. But I have a feeling.
If it's something that's like held in a belt pouch or something like that, then it's just one action per item.
Per item? Okay.
It depends on where how deep you've got it stowed.
Well, in that case, I will pull the dagger off of my belt.
Okay.
I will pull a vial of a black gooey substance out of my belt pouch, and I will apply the gooey substance to the dagger.
Okay, your dagger is imbued.
And now I got nothing.
All right, Ramona.
But if I survive...
Since Inspire Courage is lingering, I don't have to mess with that. But I am going to take an action to move there, and then 2 actions to cast a Heightened Soothe.
Okay.
For a total of 11. To you.
Fantastic.
Getting some hit points back. It is now your opposition's turn. She's still hanging in there.
She's got ongoing electricity.
Oh, she does. Good point. At the end of her turn, she will see whether she gets zapped by that or manages to get rid of it. So,
also, as part of the soothe, you get a +1 to saves against mental effects for a minute.
Nice.
She kind of reels back with her axe and kind of gives a nice hearty shout that I won't replicate exactly for the benefit of our viewers here. Kind of a, and fearsomely strikes at you with her axe.
Please fail.
27.
No.
Yeah, that hits.
Succeeds at the check against Dazzle.
I think it's time we face it. We're the B team here.
Not yet. Have you not been hearing my inspiring words?
Yeah. But all they're doing is canceling out the terror, the existential terror that I
slashing
feel
damage.
after looking in the mirror.
Yeah, that'll put me down.
Okay. All right. So Fenra drops.
Put
Will
you
knock
down.
her miniature over.
Like a dog.
Yeah.
Your initiative moves to right before the person who
That's
knocked you
terrible.
out. You have the unconscious condition. Actually, don't know if I brought the. I don't know if I brought the death and
Here,
dying printout.
I might
today.
still
Do you
have it.
still have it.
I'll be joining you on the floor later this round.
In case anybody following at home wasn't aware, we have put out an update that gives a change to the death and dying rules. We have a new system for that, and we are using that in this playtest here today.
Unfortunately.
So that was a normal hit, so you're at dying 1.
Yep.
I'm going to give you a card so you can track it, but this card was printed out before we changed the rules, so you'll just have to, that'll be there to indicate that you have dying. And here's unconscious in case you need to know what your AC is or any of that.
Swap.
So what's going to happen is when we get back around to your turn, if nobody has healed you back, then you are going to make a recovery saving throw to see if your dying value gets better or worse. If your dying goes to 0, you stay unconscious at 0 hit points. If anything heals you, you can wake back up, but you get slowed, losing a number of actions equal to how far your dying condition had progressed.
Okay.
So if somebody healed you and brought you back right now, you would be slowed 1 on your next turn and have just 2 actions.
Okay.
So that's the basics.
Okay.
That was her. That was 2 actions because she's doing a special attack. With her remaining action, she's going to step over diagonally this way. Thank you. And she's looking at you and smiling, holding a great axe.
Cool.
That she stepped into a flanking.
Sebagar.
Well,
She needs to take a die for it.
she's also flanking with,
She needs to take her on
you're right.
with her buddy over there.
Let's see if she recovers. She does not. She's just gonna
Suck it up.
She seems fine with it, which is weird because she is in really bad shape and she should probably be worrying about any amount of damage that she's got incoming. All right.
Then I'm going to do it again.
Okay.
I'm going to reach Shocking Grasp.
All right.
And do we have Inspire Courage?
Expires up.
As that shoots at her, she's kind of like, why didn't I go kill that one?
Indeed, you should have. But you are not Sevagar the Canny. 23. No, 24.
24 is a hit.
Okay. About that 12. For
Nice.
16 plus 4 is 20.
All right.
Electricity.
Down she goes.
Vengeance.
And she has ongoing, if it matters.
She's
It
twitching.
will matter for her dying condition.
Okay. All right. That's all 3 of my actions.
All right. Just checking to see whether her cleric friend had heal, and he doesn't. So we're going to go ahead and pull her off the board. She is not going to be a factor in the rest of this fight. Sorry, what did you say? You're done with your
Yep,
turn,
it
right?
was all 3 of my actions.
Okay. All right. Your friend.
And ours.
Yeah. We're axe buddies.
Is going to cast a spell, I believe.
I did not see that coming.
Yeah, actually. Axe worked pretty well last time.
Yeah.
He was a Rovagug guy. Maybe he's a cleric.
Maybe.
Oh, that must be the healer guy that he was just...
Yeah.
Well, not so much a healer.
Well,
That's not what
destroyer.
Not what his god is into.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not the ideal spacing for him. So it's just going to be Ramona and Marion. You need to give me saving throws, fortitude saves, as a cacophonous burst of sound erupts from right between the two of you at his dark bidding.
I got an 18.
I got a 25 minus 4 for being scared. I'm sorry,
Minus
20,
1.
26 minus 1 for being scared is 25.
Okay, 25, and what was yours again?
I already forgot.
Okay.
18.
Okay, you both succeeded,
Yay.
which means you're going to take half damage and not be deafened. Which is not going to be very much. You're each going to take 2
Nice.
sonic damage.
I'm okay with that.
And with his last action, he's going to try to hit you with his axe again. but he misses.
I'm glad that he missed.
Rovagug, give me blood! And Scout is hanging out, shooting arrows, living her best life.
Far away from everybody else.
Yeah, indeed.
Just trying to pick arrow friends. You look like the softest target, so the arrows are coming at you.
All right.
Softest conscious target, anyway.
Makes me feel better about myself.
19?
Yeah, that's going to hit.
All right. 8 piercing damage.
Okay.
Still up.
So far.
Arrow number 2. That is a 21.
Mm-hmm.
6.
Still up.
Last shot is a miss. And it's your turn.
Well, this
World
is
is your
probably the
oyster.
last thing I'm going to do. But I got this poison dagger here, so I'm going to jab that guy in the gut.
All right.
Or try. I'm real scared, though. So.
With my last breath, I stab at thee.
Come on.
I mean, if you die, who knows where your soul is going to go? It might be corrupted by forces from beyond the stars.
Yeah, I assume it's just going to go
no
screaming
pressure.
into the void. Natural 1.
That is not going to hit. Do you want to give it another shot?
I would love to give it another shot.
And it's a dagger, so it's a -4 instead of a -5.
And that
so
didn't
it's
work
not
either. So, what do
All
I
right.
have to lose?
Go for it.
Okay, that's better. That is a 25 minus whatever copious penalties.
-10, so 15. Or, I'm sorry, -8.
So that's a 17.
Are
which
you
is-
being inspired?
Yes.
I am.
But you're also frightened.
So that
So
cancels
that
out.
kinda-
That cancels out, so you miss.
Ah,
You're very
Inspired but
close.
frightened.
yeah. Well, the important thing is I tried. Actually, the really important thing is that there will be no witnesses.
Ramona.
I will. First, I'm going to inspire courage. Keep that going. It's not going to linger, so I've got to spend more later. And then I'm going to do a heightened soothe on her.
All right.
12.
So you're now at 12 hit points.
Okay.
And on your turn, you will. You had gotten to dying once, so you're going to be slowed 1 on your turn.
Okay.
That's all for me.
And when you got knocked unconscious, you dropped all your stuff and you fell down. So if you want to pick the scimitar back up or stand up, those are going to take action.
Okay.
All right, Fenra. Speaking of which, it's your turn.
Yeah. I would love to grab the scimitar and stand back up.
Okay, you have done that.
So that's 2 actions.
It is.
Can she stand up next to me? Does she have to stand up in the
No,
same square she
same
was in?
square. Sebagar.
I cast shield from
Okay.
hand. I step, and I take out my scroll of stone skin.
Okay.
I will use it
You
on
got that
you
ready?
next turn.
Okay.
Nice.
All right.
Awesome.
Okay. Everybody's favorite cleric of Rovagug.
Yes.
That's a nice grouping there. He looks at you. He's like, "You're done for. You're flailing.
Yep.
Rovagug will appreciate this." Steps
And then
5
you're
feet that way.
Just showboating.
Everybody but Marion needs to give me a reflex save as fire blasts out from his hands. The DC is. Wrong sheet.
It was a
The
reflex
DC is
save.
17 for this.
Oh, okay.
Awesome.
Yeah. I rolled that.
Success.
All right, everybody succeeded? Mm-hmm. Rovagug will not be all that happy then. Because you're all going to take half. Check my thing here.
Does that provoke from her?
She does not have attack of opportunity.
Oh, I see.
But he probably doesn't either. Which is
So
good
you're all
to
going
know.
to take 4 damage after having. And he kind of curses under his breath.
For some reason, I thought you didn't need attack of opportunity when it's just like a manipulate action on a spell.
Yep, you still do.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay, that is his turn. So we're back to everybody's favorite, autopilot. Tough decision. Try to take down the one who just came back up, or try to take down the one that looks like he's about to drop. I think the scout is going to look around. Doesn't realize you've got a poison dagger, so is going to fire at Fenra. Does a 20 hit you?
Yes. Yes, it could.
11 damage.
I'm back down.
All right. So,
Did you take damage since I brought you back?
Yes, I just took 4 from
right.
the
The fire.
yeah, the fire.
Did you count the stone skin?
I
hasn't
haven't
been
had it yet.
One too few actions.
and then the last shot is going to come at you, but it's going to miss. Or is that the second shot?
Second. Yeah.
That one might hit then.
Let's see what I can do about that.
Woke up,
no, that's
grabbed
still a
sword,
miss.
stood up, got shot,
16
went down.
misses you even when you're frightened,
Typical.
right?
The life of a barbarian.
But
By enough. Okay.
You're still up?
and
you
last
missed.
shot also
Or she
coming at
missed, I
you,
guess.
which is pretty high, 18. 10 damage.
On me?
Yep.
Oh, that's the end of me.
All right. Marion has dropped.
Who was that?
She
that
hit an
was
18.
the scout.
Oh, that was the third
bow.
shot? Yeah, I am pinned to the wall. Then.
All right.
So let me see the death and dying rules here.
So you are at dying 1,
Okay.
same as Fenra,
Mm-hmm.
which means that
Dying
if somebody heals you,
It does not matter how far into the negative.
yeah, there aren't negatives. You go to 0, you fall down, drop your stuff. So there's a poison dagger hanging out on the ground there.
Okay.
Um,
I landed on it when I fell.
it's like landing on your keys, except you're poisoned. And
Right.
you die. On your turn, if nobody has healed you, you're going to attempt to check a special save to see if you get better or worse.
Mm-hmm.
And if somebody heals you, you'll come back, but you'll lose actions by being slowed based on how far into dying.
Now here's an important question. While dying and unconscious, am I still frightened?
Yes.
Oh. So
It's deep, pervading fear. You're having nightmares right now.
okay.
You're seeing things with alien anatomies sweeping through the void of space, corrupting the minds of creatures on every planet they come across. Horrifying, absolutely horrifying.
I'm having my come towards the light moment, but the light is a tentacle-filled void filled with darkness.
Yeah, the light is utter blackness.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, aren't you glad you asked?
While I lie face down on the ground, screaming into the empty void.
So, Ramona,
Yeah.
any thoughts
Is it my
on
turn?
what to do now that it's your turn? Yeah.
Yes. I am going to soothe
I'm going to stone skin you too, so we'll get you up.
Okay.
for 3. And against my better judgment, I'm going to step there. And that's all my actions.
All right. Sebagar.
So she's positive at 3.
Yeah.
Okay. So I cast from the scroll for 2 actions, stone skin on her.
Yep.
Which will...
It will, so I looked it up. It gives you damage resistance 5
Oh, okay.
against most physical attacks.
Great.
Every time you get hit, it reduces the duration of the effect by 1.
Okay.
So it probably won't matter, but if you get hit 20 times, it ends.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We'll all be
if
dead
you
by
get
then.
hit 20 times, you win.
Yeah.
Is it just as effective each time, though?
Yes.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. So it's
So they
damage.
just need to hit me 20 times for like 5 damage.
So it's damage resistance 5, I believe, and you do gain a vulnerability to adamantine if any of them have an adamantine weapon. But we're hoping that that's not what's going on. Bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. Resistance 5. So that should stop the arrows and the axes. Or help. It won't stop them.
Yeah.
The arrows are all adamantine.
All right.
And
you
then
still have an action?
I do. I have 1 action left, and I think it's going to be shield.
Okay. All right, you have shielded. Okay. Cleric party time. Cleric is happy to have you join him here, and he's going to try to smack you with a great axe.
I figured that was going to be the case.
He's pretty good at that, too.
Yeah, he is. That is a 25. For 6 damage.
All right.
And he shouts out a destructive cry, saying, "Rovagug, you can do better than that," which causes you to take another 3 damage.
Okay.
As divine
Those are hurtful words.
divine nastiness
He just insulted his own god.
piles into
Is
you.
that right?
And the second attack is a miss. All right. Back to Fenra, who is conscious and has technically some hit points.
3 whole hit points. All right.
With a potion?
Yes, I do have a potion. Of the lesser, smaller healing
You're
variety.
also currently on the ground and not holding anything.
Yeah, so I need to.
If you stand up, he'll just shoot you again.
True.
Just play dead. Get it? 'Cause you're
Yeah, I'm gonna grab up my stuff, my sword, and pull out that healing potion and drink it.
Okay. Well, you can grab your sword or pull out the healing
Or
potion.
pull out the healing potion. Oh, that's
'Cause
right.
you've
Because I'm
got
slowed
2
1.
actions,
I'm slowed
yep.
1. That's right. Then.
The guy's also right next to you.
By the
If
way,
you
how
want to
does
pick up your
this
sword and
impact my
stab him in
rage
the...
at all? Like, I think I was unconscious for my
The rage,
for my fatigue round anyway.
then you are back and not rage.
Okay.
If you want, it is 2 actions to pick up your sword and try to whack that guy in the ankles without standing up.
Nice.
Or it's 2 actions to pull out a potion and drink it.
I will go with the potion.
All right.
Treat yourself.
Yeah. What is the roll die on the potion?
I think it's a D8.
D8. That's what I was thinking. So an 8.
Nice.
cool.
Okay.
So you get those hit points back.
Yep.
And Marion, it is your turn.
Oh,
you
boy.
are still 0 hit points, so you're going to give me a fortitude save.
All right, with a -1 because of the terror I feel.
Yes.
Nope.
What'd you get?
12.
12 is going to be a failure, but not a critical failure, so now you're at dying 2.
All right.
And
How high does dying go again?
4 is dead.
Okay. Well,
So you've got some time unless somebody attacks you while you're on the ground, but they seem to like fresh blood. So,
yeah.
it is the scout's turn now, who is going to shoot an arrow at Ramona. That is a 19.
That's right on the money.
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
I know I had written down who got dazzled, but it is not her.
Correct.
not
The
dazzled.
scout was out of range.
I believe it was the cleric and the...
Yeah, it was
cleric.
the
dead one.
Okay. The cleric is dazzled or is not? No,
You
the
said,
cleric- the
you said
cleric-
2 of them
There's
did.
the anti-paladin and the wizard who got pulled off.
Okay.
Palpatine.
Palpatine, nice.
So that's 7 damage.
To me?
Yep.
All right.
Second arrow is a miss. Third arrow is a miss. Ramona.
2 actions for Soothe on Arian for 1. Hey, it's something.
all it
so
takes.
wait. Or
Then
not
I'll
dying.
do some Inspiring Courage actions here. And it's going to linger, so yay. That's me?
Adam, I think you forgot to add your spellcasting modifier to that healing.
Oh,
And I think to the
You're
one
right.
on Fenrir as well.
yeah.
help.
All right,
Oh.
so that's...
So
I did that twice
was-
to you, so that's an extra...
died again after the
Oh, that's
first
true.
one.
Okay, so 4 and 4 additional.
Okay.
That was all of Ramona's actions.
Yeah, and thank you for that.
Sebagar. Sebagar the Desperate. It's your turn.
That was my great uncle, I'll have you know. And we don't talk about him in public, in mixed company. I have a working strategy, so I'm going to keep using it. Shocking Grasp, ranged, Shocking Grasp on him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, did.
And he is wearing metal armor. Chainmail.
So do we have Inspire Courage?
Yes.
So I'm plus 10 on this. But I rolled a 1.
Okay. That is a miss. Okay. And shield?
Done.
Okay.
No,
it is reach. Okay.
Reach takes 1.
The cleric goes. He sees that you're low. He's going to cast his remaining burning hands. So reflex saves from everybody.
Oh, all of us?
Mm-hmm. Everybody except for Marion.
Oh, right.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
Got a 25.
All right, that's a success.
I failed this time.
Yeah, 16.
That is a failure. So you both take 7 and you take 3.
Okay.
And then a great axe. That is a 23, so that hits you for 4 slashing damage.
All right.
The beauty of the D12, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Fenra, it's your turn.
All right, I'm gonna... Is my slowed condition over?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just your first turn back.
Great. Then I'm gonna grab my scimitar and stand up and attack that cleric.
Okay.
Oh, that's 20.
Okay, that's a crit.
Nice.
Double all the
Time
things.
for that.
All right, so that's still 3 or 66.
Yep.
2, 6. 3. 20. Wait, was that 5 or 6?
I think that was 5.
I think it was 5. Okay. So I rolled for 26, I believe,
Okay.
plus 8 from the strength. Not raging.
Is Inspire Courage giving you?
Inspires up.
Okay, so 26 plus 10, 36.
All right. Okay, so he is badly injured. And kind of just holding on by his last thread. And that's it for your actions, I believe?
Yep, that's all I can do.
Marion, give us a... Well, you're back.
It's positive.
Right.
Yeah.
You
Am I
have one
conscious?
action. Yeah,
I have one action.
because you're slowed 2 from being a dying 2. You're not holding anything. There's a guy you could try to punch, or you could
What I could do with one
do
action.
something with one action.
There's your shiny venomous dagger.
Yeah, but
pick
that's
up your dagger,
picking
you
that
can
up as
stand
one
up.
action.
Yeah.
Screw it, I'll just punch him.
Okay.
You should bite him.
Give it a shot.
Punch him, actually biting
You're
him.
just like
pretty well.
plopping away
Inspire
and
Courage
just...
is Inspire Courage is still
Charlie
apply.
horse and his cat.
Yeah. So, and I take a penalty for being prone, right?
-2.
Okay, so it's a total of -3. This is going to go great.
All right, go for it.
No, I'm sure that's not going to work. That would be a 17 total.
17, is that including the Inspire Courage?
18.
Then you hit.
Nice.
Yep. So, kind of
connect.
sneakily from the ground,
Okay.
Marion punches this poor
Sure,
guy.
it's not an upwards punch.
He just,
Yeah.
you knock his leg out from under him, he just collapses unconscious to the ground.
Nice.
Really?
It's a non-lethal attack, so he's knocked out.
All right.
But now you have the numbers that you're going to be able to chase down that scout, defeat them. Mabar comes back. He's taken out the necromancer who had chased off into the other direction. You've managed to stop the Night Heralds. You can take captives of whoever is remaining, or you can finish them off, up to you. And you've completed your quest. You can return the stone to the Esoteric Order of the Palatine Eye and to Lady Camisora Vord back in Kelmarain. And you have successfully completed in Pale Mountain Shadow. Thank you for playing.
Good job, everybody. Super fun.
Yeah.
And thanks to everybody at home for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. And if you've played this adventure yourself, we look forward to you getting your survey results. We're going through those tomorrow. We're going to kind of give a debrief of how this stage of the playtest went. And so join us back here then.
The Islanti Star Empire, a sinister culture descended from an ancient civilization from the lost planet of Galarian. All attempts to contact these imperialists have ended in violence. Other systems wisely keep their distance from the Star Empire's territory and its seat of power, the Aeon Throne. Only this policy has kept the universe safe. But the balance of power threatens to shift when a crashed starship on an allied colony draws the Star Empire's attention. In the wreckage is an ancient experimental starship drive with the key to supercharged hyperspace travel. If the Islanti can repair the device, they could travel faster than any other civilization, putting the entire galaxy within easy reach of conquest. Swiftly, the Star Empire invades and annexes the colony's planet, whisks away the drive, and kidnaps the colonists studying it. Transporting supplies from Absalom Station and en route to visit an old friend, the player characters arrive on this colony. Soon, the Star Empire's merciless presence becomes clear. Worse, the Islanti have dragged the hero's friend and the stolen drive to a distant prison moon. Can the heroes rescue the colonist and keep this potentially devastating technology out of Islanti hands? Or will the might of the Star Empire crush them when they dare stand against the Aeon Throne?